She smirked and said, "You're not going anywhere. You need me more than I need you." After I threatened to end things, I smiled back and said, "Let's test that theory." What she discovered 6 months later made her realize how wrong she was. I, 29 male, stood in our kitchen last January, watching Isabel, 31, scroll through her phone while I tried to have a serious conversation about our relationship. We'd been together 4 years, living together for 2. Me, "I can't keep doing this. The disrespect, the way you talk to me in front of people, how you treat this relationship like I'm just convenient." She didn't even look up from her phone. "Isabel, I'm serious. Something needs to change or I'm done." That's when she finally looked at me and smirked. Actually smirked. "Isabel, you're not going anywhere. You need me more than I need you." Excuse me? Come on, Garrett. Look at you. Look at me. You're punching above your weight and we both know it. What are you without me? Some IT guy who plays video games and can barely match his socks. She stood up, walked over, patted my cheek condescendingly. "Isabel, I make you look good. I got you into social circles you'd never access. My connections got you that promotion. My style advice is why you don't dress like a teenager anymore. Face it, you'd be lost without me." You really believe that? It's not belief, babe. It's fact. I'm the best thing that ever happened to you. You're lucky I put up with your boring job, your weird friends, your family drama, so no, you're not going anywhere. I looked at her. Really looked at her. The woman I'd loved, who I'd thought loved me, reducing our entire relationship to a power dynamic where she held all the cards. Me, let's test that theory. Laughing. Test what? Me, you think I need you more than you need me. Let's see who's right. This is stupid. Stop being so sensitive. No, I'm serious. Let's run an experiment. 6 months. We stay together, but I stop needing you. See what happens. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. You can't just stop needing someone. Watch me. She rolled her eyes, went back to her phone. Probably thought I was having a moment. I'd fold like always, apologize for questioning our dynamic, go back to being grateful she deemed me worthy. Except this time, I didn't. That night, I made a list. Everything she claimed I needed her for. Social connections, styles, appearance, career advancement, basic adulting, being interesting, worthy, challenge accepted. Week 1 started with appearance. Isabel always picked my clothes, said I had no fashion sense. Spent a weekend researching men's style basics, found a YouTube channel, learned about fit, color matching, building a versatile wardrobe. Ordered some pieces online, simple stuff, well-fitted jeans, plain tees, a couple button-downs, decent shoes. Isabel noticed when packages arrived. "What's all this?" "Me new clothes." Without asking me, "You'll look ridiculous." "Maybe, we'll see." Week 2, social circles. She was right. Most our friends were hers. Time to change that. Joined a rock climbing gym. Always wanted to try it. She'd said it was too sweaty and gross. Met a group that climbed Tuesday, Thursday nights. Cool people. Diverse careers. Lawyer, nurse, teacher, chef. None of them knew Isabel. "Isabel, where are you going?" "Climbing gym." "Since when do you climb?" "Since tonight." "That's so random. Why?" "Me, why not?" She seemed unsettled but laughed it off. Week 3, career. She claimed her connections got me promoted. Time to test that. Signed up for advanced certifications in cloud architecture. Started arriving early, leaving late, not to overwork, to network. Coffee with different departments. Lunch with senior devs. Learned about openings, projects, opportunities. My manager pulled me aside. "Manager, Garrett, love the initiative lately. Keep this up. We need to talk about moving you to the solutions architect team." No Isabel connections required. Week 4, the apartment. She always handled decor, said I had dorm room taste. Bought some plants, researched basic interior design principles, added some art prints, not posters, frame prints. Rearranged furniture using actual design concepts. Small changes, big impact. "Did you move the couch?" "Yeah. Opens up the space better." I make the design decisions. Cool, I made this one though. She started getting irritated. The dynamic was shifting. Month 2, cooking. She loved that I couldn't survive without her cooking. Signed up for a meal kit service. Started simple, following recipes exactly. Then graduated to modifying them, then cooking from scratch. Made her dinner one night. Pan-seared salmon, risotto, roasted vegetables. Where did this come from? YouTube University. It's actually good. Thanks. She barely touched it. Month 3, interesting conversations. She always said I was boring, that she made me cultured. Started reading more, not just tech stuff. History, philosophy, current events. Took an online art history course. Joined a book club at the library. At a dinner party with her friends. Her friend. Garrett, what's your take on the exhibit at the Modern Art Museum? Me? Actually just saw it. The way they juxtaposed the classical pieces with contemporary interpretations was fascinating, especially that Rothko-inspired room. Isabel stared. Her friends engaged me in a 20-minute discussion about art, without her steering the conversation. Month 4. Family drama. She'd positioned herself as the buffer between me and my difficult family. Started calling my mom weekly. Visited my sister without Isabel. Rebuilt relationships she'd subtly discouraged. Mom, it's so nice hearing from you more. Isabel always said you were too busy. Interesting. I wasn't too busy. Isabel was too controlling. Month 5, confidence. This was the big one. She genuinely believed I had no self-worth without her validation. But something funny happened. Every skill I learned, every connection I made, every success I achieved without her input, it added up. Stopped asking her opinion on everything. Made decisions. Stood by them. The power dynamic shifted completely. Isabel, you've been different lately. Me different how? Distant, like you don't care what I think. Me, I care, just don't need your approval for everything anymore. Since when? Me, since you told me I need you more than you need me. Remember? Her face changed. The experiment was working too well. Update 1, the panic sets in. Month 6 arrived with Isabel in full panic mode. See? While I was becoming self-sufficient, her life was revealing some interesting dependencies. First crack, her job. Isabel worked in PR, always bragging about her connections and influence. What I discovered? Half her major clients came through my network. My college roommate's startup, my cousin's restaurant chain, my mentor's tech company. Connections she'd cultivated through me, then claimed as her own. When I stopped bringing her to my networking events, her new client pipeline dried up. Why didn't you invite me to Jason's launch party? Me didn't think you'd be interested. It's just tech people. I always go to those. Me. To mock my nerdy friends, remember? Figured I'd spare you. Second crack. Finances. While she earned decent money, Isabel had expensive tastes. I'd been covering rent, utilities, groceries, and most dinners out because relationships aren't 50-50. They're about who can contribute more. Her words. I stopped offering to pay for everything. Started suggesting we split bills. Isabel, why are you being weird about money suddenly? Me, not weird. Just thinking we should be more equitable. You're a strong, independent woman, right? She had to cancel her monthly spa membership. Downgrade her car lease. Budget for groceries. The horror. Third crack, social status. Those connections she provided? Turns out I was her credibility. The boring IT guy had become a solutions architect leading major projects. People started inviting me to things directly, not as Isabel's boyfriend. Best moment? Running into her college friends at a bar. I was with my climbing crew. Friend Garrett, heard about your promotion. That's amazing. Me, thanks Melissa. Yeah, it's been a good year. Friend, we should grab lunch. I have a cousin starting in tech who could use advice. Isabel, who'd arrived late. I'm sure Garrett's too busy. I'd love to. Here's my card. Isabel seethed the whole way home. Fourth crack. The relationship itself. With me no longer desperately seeking her approval, the dynamic broke entirely. She started doing things she'd never done before. Cooking dinner, badly. Suggesting date nights to places I liked. Buying me gifts, generic, but she tried. Complimenting me, awkwardly. Initiating intimacy, desperately. The smirk was long gone. Replaced by something I'd never seen. Fear. Update 2, the implosion. The 6-month mark hit on a Thursday. I came home to find Isabel had prepared a whole presentation, literally. Laptop hooked to the TV, PowerPoint ready. Sit, we need to talk. The presentation was titled, Us, Why We Work. Slide 1, photo of us from year 1. We were perfect together. Slide 2, list of everything she'd done for me. Introduced you to culture, style, success. Slide 3, recent photos of me. Look how far you've come thanks to me. I sat through all 15 slides. She'd even added transitions and music. See, we're a team. I made you who you are and And I appreciate that you contribute too. Is that what you think happened here? I know I said some harsh things 6 months ago, but I was stressed. You know I didn't mean it. You meant every word, and you were wrong. No. Look at the evidence. You needed me to become this person. I became this person in spite of you, not because of you. You held me back, made me doubt myself, convinced me I was lucky to have you. The only thing you were right about was that someone in this relationship needed the other more. You just got which one backward. Her face crumbled. You're breaking up with me? The experiment's over, Isabel. Results are in. This was all a game to you? Me, no. It was a test. Your test. You set the parameters. She tried everything over the next week. Anger. You manipulated me. This whole thing was a sick mind game. Bargaining. We can go to counseling. I'll change. I see now how wrong I was. Guilt. 4 years. You're throwing away 4 years. Manipulation. No one will ever love you like I do. That last one made me laugh. Me, that's the point. I don't want to be loved like that again. I moved out the next weekend, into a nice 1-bedroom closer to work and the climbing gym. She kept texting, calling, emailing, cycled through every emotion. I miss you. You're making a huge mistake. I hope you're happy. Actually, I hope you're miserable. Please come back. You were nothing before me. Blocked her on everything. Final update, 6 months later. It's been a year since that kitchen conversation. 6 months since I moved out. Life update for those asking. Me, promoted to senior solutions architect, leading a team of 12. Turns out I'm pretty good at my job when I'm not constantly being told I'm mediocre. Completed 3 more certifications, speaking at a tech conference next month, still climbing twice a week, can do routes I couldn't even attempt before. Lost 20 pounds of relationship weight, gained actual muscle. Who knew exercise was fun when your partner isn't mocking your efforts? Dating someone new, Rebecca from book club. She's a pediatric nurse who owns her own condo and has never once suggested I'm punching above my weight. Weird how healthy relationships don't involve constant power struggles. My apartment's featured on an interior design blog. Yeah, the guy with dorm room taste got featured for his minimalist bachelor pad that doesn't sacrifice warmth. Still makes me smile. Family relationships stronger than ever. Turns out they weren't difficult. Isabel just made every interaction difficult. Mom visits monthly now. Sister and I grab beers every Friday. As for Isabel, heard through mutual contacts, lost 3 major clients in 6 months. Without my network feeding her leads, her business struggled. Had to take a junior position at another firm. Moved back with roommates. Couldn't afford her luxury apartment alone. Posted passive-aggressive quotes about knowing your worth and men intimidated by strong women. Dated a series of guys who all bailed within weeks. Turns out people don't enjoy being constantly told they're inferior and lucky to be chosen. Last I heard, she was in therapy. Good for her, honestly. Maybe she'll figure out that relationships aren't about power dynamics and who needs who more. They're about 2 whole people choosing each other. But the real kicker? Ran into her last month at a coffee shop. She looked rough, saw me, tried to walk over. I was with Rebecca and some climbing friends, laughing about something. She stopped halfway, watched us for a moment. I saw the realization hit. I wasn't just surviving without her. I was thriving. Everything she said I needed her for, I'd achieved and surpassed on my own. She turned and left without saying anything. Rebecca noticed. Old friend? Me, old something. Not important? And it wasn't. She wasn't. The woman who smirked and said I'd be nothing without her? She was wrong. I wasn't nothing without her. I was everything she'd convinced me I couldn't be. She said I needed her more than she needed me. Turns out, neither of us needed the other, but only one of us built a life that proved it. The experiment was a complete success. Hypothesis rejected. I didn't need her. Never did. Just needed to believe in myself more than I believed her lies. Best 6 months of my life, worth every smirk.